just asking about the testing. The vote was given not Seng. What's the response to that?
He doesn't know the functioning of government. In every GRC, there is one minister. In some cases, there are two, like here. So if you lose a GRC or you lose two GRCs, I think you mentioned 2 or 3 GRCs, you lose, say, 5 or 6 cabinet ministers, and we have 16 ministries. That means, 14 ministries means 14 ministers. Then we have other ministers in the PMO, which make up about 17 or 18 other ministers. Imagine the ministers whom you lose have portfolios, have responsibilities. Then you get to find 6 or 5 new ministers from among those who are elected to fill those posts. Now, is that an easy thing to do? Well, he has not been involved in the high levels of government thinking and process, and so he does not understand how this government works.
And leadership succession. So we have new leaders coming, the 4th generation. And the public will have to decide what our plans to continue this strong leadership in terms of bringing in new and capable people if they are not elected as MPs, don't have a chance to serve and contribute in government. We don't have a strong succession plan, and they are essential for us for succession.
Yesterday, Senior Minister from his comments about the importance of Foreign Minister George Yeo with the use of seats. It has serious consequences. But he also commented, and I quote, like EPM, you can see he let Mas Lamat escape. But Foreign Minister George Yeo, what has he done to deserve this? He's informed and unquote. That is SM's quote. So my question is, what is your reaction to that comment? And my second question is, yes, the PT, they have said that they can do a better job here, and voters should not worry about a bumpy transition if, of course, the vote go to them. What is your reaction to that as well?
Well, that is just SM's personal opinion. And if you have heard the Prime Minister 3 years ago, Prime Minister's views are very clear as to what needs to be done. And I don't need to repeat what Prime Minister has said of me. If you didn't think that I can contribute, I won't be here. On SPP said that they don't have to.
Don't worry about bumpy transition.
Don't worry about bumpy transition. So
it will be a smooth transition.
they can do the job just as well. Well, I think they probably overestimate themselves.
And it's for the voters to decide. All we can say is that DPM has been here for 27 years running the town councils. We have been here some 10 years, some 6 years. If the voters feel that we've been doing a good job and someone else can do a better or just as good a job, then they can vote for the other side. But they can assess the other teams who are standing and see for themselves whether these people have an experience running town councils, and if they have run town councils, what is the impact on their estates, and make up their own minds. I mean, this is something the voters will have to decide.
Just an example, the way they talk about the reserves and the sinking fund, apparently they're not aware of the rules and regulations. So they do not understand the issues of running a town council just by the fact that the way they talk about the sinking fund. There are rules and regulations to use.
What Mayor Zai is referring to is that you cannot indiscriminately spend all that you collect from your service conservancy charges. And that's a real reason for this. We've taken many years to accumulate a sinking fund, very prudent, using where is needed for special items. But you need to have a sinking fund so that you can continually maintain your estate in a good shape.
If I can add, I think any opposition party will tell you that they will run the town council, the estate better than the PAP. I mean, it's a statement you can make. what voters will be interested in, I think, will be your track record, because words are cheap, but action speaks louder than words. Look at your track record. And if you have no track record to speak of, you're starting out, then look at the manifesto. Are there specifics there you can read about? Are there specifics there that you can understand and understand how they can do this better than us? And I see no specifics in their manifesto. So voters can read, voters can judge for themselves, and voters can decide whether they can manage this place better than we.
The issue of managing a town council is a real issue. So helping and just assisting in managing town council is not running town council. So I think we have to make that differentiation, and people will see the truth about what people can do and what people can say.
Compared to the sinking fund, I think the SPP mentioned 130 million. I just want to make sure that that amount is correct.
No, anyway, our numbers are
It's published.
Public information. Yeah.
But doesn't mean that you can take the money from sinking fund and do what you like a state improvement, which means that whoever said it does not understand the role, the use of the sinking fund. Sinking funds can be used for cyclical maintenance, repair, redecoration, replacement of lifts every 28 years, and electrical wiring, etc. It is not for ordinary improvement projects. So they don't understand how to run the town council.
They also criticise your 5-year plan, and I know you mentioned a bit about the consulting bit, but they specifically said it was drawn up without consulting residents, and I think in their words, cooked up 3 weeks before the election, and that's not something.
We have been around for the last 10, and DPM has been around for the last 27 years. Our engagement process in many platforms, in our visits, in our MPS, we listen to our residents. Then we look at what they need. We look at the demographic of our estates, the elderly needs, the younger generation, sports facilities, and subsequently we come up with design. Of course, we then consult them through a mini exposition. Our mini exposition, we get feedback from them, and we also ask them for votes. Subsequently, they decide what do they want in terms of facilities.
Actually, I would like to ask the SPP. They cross the road at Lorong 8. So I'm curious to know whether they have ideas about what to do for the area that we have near blocks 1, 2, and 3, which we have made plans to redevelop. Do they know what the residents want? Well, I have been there. The residents tell me very clearly that, Mrs. Teo, we like the idea of upgrading it, but please keep the ducks. I would like the SPP to tell me what the ducks are, because I know what the ducks are. The residents have been there, the ducks have been there for 30 years. They tell me the ducks bring back such fond memories for us. They are part of our childhood. Do anything you want, keep the ducks. And we are going to keep the ducks. So I'm curious, SPP, tell me, do you know that we had to keep the ducks?
Let me give you one more example. Because
You get excited.
Interesting.
they say the plans are drawn up without consulting with the residents. But let me give you one example. One of the things we have in our master plan is a new park just outside Block 301 in Shunfu Road. Now, before we proposed that park, we did a poll of all the residents in Shunfu to ask them, would you like a park there? And the answer was yes. Over 90% of the people living in Shunfu wanted a park there. And that is why it's part of our 5-year master plan. So to say that we did this without consultation and this is something we thought up just 3 weeks before, I think doesn't understand what we have done or how we go about doing things. These are statements made simply for political mileage without any basis at all.
So,
Like you said, you really got us very excited.
one last one. No more excitement after that.
About a year and a half ago, we were already beginning to think about how we want to introduce plans that will help to upgrade our estate more. And one of the things that as a team we agreed was very important was to involve residents in the whole process. We wanted to hear their views. We wanted to know what they cared about. We wanted to know what specific ideas they would like to see implemented.
You'll see the students.
Absolutely. So what we did was that we said one particular group we wanted to reach out to was the students. Not only did we involve the residents, we went out to the schools, we asked them to form teams, and we engaged them in a project called Imagine Bishan-Toa. The students were involved in interviewing other residents, including their parents, their relatives, their friends, and then this feedback that they collected were compiled, analyzed rigorously, and then we put together some ideas for further deliberation. We didn't stop there. We organized a community forum where we brought together residents. We encouraged the students who were involved in this project to present their ideas. And then, based on their feedback, based on the residents' input, what they liked, what they saw that they thought had very good potential, we formulated our plans. One specific example I remember very clearly was that the residents told us they wanted us to be environmentally friendly. They said to us, we care about our environment, our state is beautiful, make sure that we do things in an environmentally friendly ways. So you see in our 5-year master plan, very specific proposals on how we will be environmentally friendly, how we will create a sustainable environment. All of these efforts, the SPP says that we have put together the plan in 3 weeks. I would like them to organize the residents, organize the kind of same feedback that we got in 3 weeks. Let's see if it's possible to do that. When you think about the plans that they've put together, and you compare the plans that we have been able to put together, and you compare the process that we went through, I think the results are very clear. And I think the residents know this. They can see for themselves.
Thank you. This can be a separate story.
Imagine Bishan-Toa.
Don't forget the ducks.
If you look at the last paragraph of our manifesto first chapter on a vibrant estate for all, it's right there. We didn't put that in for nothing, you know. We also want our residents to be more active in the development of our estate. This is your estate. Your views matter to us. We will engage you and seek your feedback through the social media and other platforms. Together we will make the estate better homes to live, to work, and play. Just few words, but it encapsulates the spirit in which we will carry forward the ideas. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.